Welcome back to the gun dungeon, guys. Got a good one for you today. This is the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0. As you can see here, this was Smith & Wesson's answer to Ruger's LCP Max. Let's just be clear about it. That's what this is. This is a 380 double stack, hybrid stack, whatever you want to call it. It's the 365 version of the LCP. So this is a pocket size pistol. Fits in my pocket very well. Matter of fact, I've been using, don't tell Ruger, but that holster they send you with all the LCPs and the LCP Max. Ha, look at here. Yep, got Ruger right there on it. Fits that Bodyguard like a glove, bud. But until the holster that I ordered comes in for this Bodyguard 2.0, that's what I've been using to carry it around in. And one of the reasons that I wanted to carry it around, ball shorts, jeans pockets, jacket pockets, things of that nature, I always use a holster, of course. That's kind of a flimsy holster, so it's kind of serves a good purpose for what I'm doing here. You'll notice this one is the thumb safety model. I don't typically like a thumb safety on my carry guns, but after I fondled this one in the gun store, I realized it wasn't going to be much of an issue for me. So I figured that's something I'll talk about very first thing here right out of the gate with this video. This thumb safety is pretty difficult to get actuated. Like, it's not a good way to just, there you can see the pressure it took to get that to go up. Now to get it to go down, not nearly as much pressure is needed, especially when you're using the knuckle of your thumb. To use the knuckle of your thumb to get it back on, it's almost like you got to go up and back a little to get it to engage on the safety. But as you can see, that is a very small little lever right here, and to get it off, it's not that difficult. Now, it's not something like, it's small enough to where if I was a thumb safety guy, I'd probably be pretty mad about it, because it's not very big and it's really not a lot of surface area there to get a hold of to switch on or off. But to me, being a non-thumb safety guy, I love it because it's out of the way. I don't intend to use it. I will never engage the safety while I'm carrying it. It'll be carried safety off, and I will depend on this trigger and trigger dingus and a good holster to keep me safe. That's how I'll carry it. They do have a version that doesn't have the thumb safety, probably what I would have bought had they had it in the store. But to all you guys that are like me and don't like a thumb safety, you're fine getting the one that has it, because it's not anything that's going to accidentally get engaged while you're carrying it. I've been carrying it, and trust me when I say this one at least is pretty difficult to get that safety on. You have to mean to turn it on for it to be turned on. So that's a plus. Other than that, this little thing actually is very, very shootable for its size. I haven't put it next to the LCP Max yet, but I feel like there's probably, when I do, I feel like there's going to be some length advantage here with this. I feel like it's a little bit longer because I get a really good grip on this thing. It's not my pinky still dangles, but I feel like with my LCP, I feel like I just get like half of my ring finger on it. But this thing feels really, really good in my hand to be so small. And I feel like it's narrower this way too. That could just be an illusion. Maybe it has something to do with just the geometry of the grip. But it feels smaller but better, if that makes any sense, in my hand. I don't really know how to explain it. But of the two, I can tell you this one is definitely more shootable for me anyways. It does come with a tritium front sight here, and it has a good blacked out U-notch rear sight here. It's kind of a U-notch, it's just like a square notch with rounded. I'm trying to get a good backing here where you can see it. Probably won't ever move my big fat finger. There we go. I got her now. It's kind of a square notch, but with rounded corners. So maybe a hybrid type U-notch, square notch. Either way, Smith & Wesson absolutely puts the tightest dovetails of any gun manufacturer I've ever seen in my entire life. Because when I first bought this thing, you can see the short that I released here a while back, getting first shots with this little jewel. The front sight was pushed well over to the right, causing me to shoot well to the left. that hen did not like that part of this video at all. I don't know if you heard that or not. Probably. I would imagine you did, but she's pretty upset. But anyways, that front sight was skewed to on the right when I first got it. Put it in my sight pusher tool, and you just got to get lucky with when you put pressure on that sight and enough pressure to finally move it, it jumps a mile. So you just got to kind of get lucky jumping it back and forth because the dovetail is so tight for it to get in the center. It's a pain in the butt. I don't know why Smith & Wesson, all their M&P sights are like impossible to move. You got to really hammer down on your sight pusher tool. But other than that, all the scripts serrations feels great, not overly aggressive, but has enough to where even with wet hands, I feel like you'd have good traction. The back, the stippling on the back is more aggressive than that. So on the front, it looks very similar, but when you feel it, you can tell it's almost like this is a little sharper grip, like sandpaperish, and this is a little smoother, like it's been sandpapered, if that makes any sense. 10 round flush fit mags. It does come with an extended 12 round magazine, same as the LCP Max. It comes with a flush fit 10, extended 12. I mean, it's really super simple. Now, there's no wiggle, no slop, no chitty chitty bang bang, magazine out, still no rattle, nothing like that. The LCP Max was notorious for that. I keep talking about the LCP Max, and you know what? That's going to be my next video. My next video, I'm just going to compare the two and go from there because that's what everybody knows before this came out. LCP Max changed the game when it came to pocket carry. The Smith & Wesson Bodyguard perfected it, in my opinion. At least as perfect as it can get to this point. Because this thing is a game changer, in my opinion, for shootable pocket carry. It just feels great. It shoots great. It's small enough to slide right in a pocket and not have to worry about printing or not being able to get the gun out of your pocket because it's too large and it's hanging up. It's definitely 10 plus 1, 380. That rules out J-frame for me for pocket carry. I know 5 for sure, that's what everybody's gonna say, but you know, when it was the 6 plus 1, 380 and the LCPs versus pocket J-frame, 5 rounds 38 special, 7 rounds of 380. You can kind of, 5 rounds of 38 special. It's a little more hard hitting round, heavier bullet, blah, blah, blah. But now when you say 10 plus 1 versus 5, that changes things. That changes things drastically, in my opinion. You know we got to try it. 80 yards, Gary Gong. There we go. There we go. This little sucker has had 0 malfunctions. I've shot several different types of ammunition through it. I've been shooting LAX ammunition, Freedom Munitions stuff here today, and some of these just bare lead hand loads here. These aren't any hot rod loads or nothing like that. It shoots both of them great, no problems whatsoever. No hang-ups with hollow points. I shot a variety of different just cheapo, like Starfire or some kind of junk hollow points last time. Some XTPs, no problems with the XTPs. It just runs and runs, and honestly, I've still yet to take it apart and clean it and lube it. It's straight out of the box as is. I'll probably do that here after I shoot my videos, but it still hasn't been lubed, cleaned, nothing since straight out of the box first fires. And it's still trucking right along. So, you can see this little thing is very, very small. My hand covers it up for the most part here. But man, that is a decent amount of firepower and a very small gun, and it's very, very shootable. Smith & Wesson hit it out of the ballpark when they designed this one for shootability, because that is what you got, a very shootable pocket 380. So that's what I got for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Until next time, stay tuned.